Today we're going to work on the overhead press. My preferred method of overhead pressing is with the kettlebell, but as you see I got a couple other things here so that you know you can do it with more or less whatever you have on hand. Alright? You know, get a can of soup or something, get it over here, press it overhead. But the body mechanics are what's important. So I'll show you first with the kettlebell, and I'll show you a couple of the other, the tube and the dumbbell here. First thing is safety, okay? So you want to control the weight at all times, knowing that at any point in time, something's going wrong, you can get out of the way of the weight, all right? Don't contest with the weight, whatever it is, for space. Something goes bad, get out of the way, especially when it's overhead, all right? With the kettlebell, I'm going to bring it up to my shoulder. I'm going to solidify everything underneath it. Abs tight, braced like you're taking a punch. Glutes pinched, all right? Squeeze them as hard as you can. I'm going to drive my heels into the floor and just press my toes in the ground. We call it gripping the ground. You don't want to ball your toes up, but get them into the ground so that below my shoulders, everything is one solid piece. We call it rooting, okay? Another way to think of it is I'm pressing the kettlebell from the ground. So I want to make everything in my body below it like the ground, solid, unless you're pressing it from a trampoline, which don't. So, kettlebell comes up. I'm going to show you the cheek clean. 2 hands on it, little back swing, roll it right up to the shoulder. Turn to you so you can see a little better. Right here, the forearm's pretty vertical. Slight inside angle, okay, we don't want anything like this. Wrist, tight, so you're not letting the kettlebell drag it over, okay? Abs, glutes, flex your quads, push your feet into the ground, make a little fist over here, sniff in through your nose, hiss your press up. Notice, it's a slight bowing motion. I rotate my arm, not my wrist or the kettlebell, as it goes up and down, and it kind of bows out and then back in. Pull it back down and in, so it's maximum tension. We're going for low rep volume, so you don't need to just bust a bunch out. You want to be tight, up, and be tight throughout the whole thing. This is a tension-based exercise. It's a grind. Pull it back and in. Shoulder position when you're pressing. While you press, your shoulder, not the muscles around it, the shoulder is still part of that solid, stable base. So while I'm moving the arm overhead, notice the shoulder itself doesn't come up, or what we call unpacked. It stays packed down and in, all right? That means your lat's gonna be active during this. Good to have active lats. So as the weight's moving up, and therefore my arm, my shoulder stays down. It doesn't pop up. That's a bad place for the shoulder to be. Packed down and in is strong, it's stable, it's protected. Pull down, press up. All right? To quote somebody smarter than me, ears are shoulder poison. So keep your ears away from your shoulders. Down and packed in. Okay? Now, you don't have a kettlebell? That's fine. Get the can of soup? Maybe you need to progress past it. Dumbbell. It doesn't sit in the same place. It's in your hand, and the same mechanics can apply. So, get the dumbbell here, some sort of angle. You don't want it all the way on your chest, but you don't want it here either. So some sort of angle in, wrist still straight, right? Mostly forearm, vertical forearm, brace, pinch, tighten, up, pull it down, up, pull it down. Should look very similar. Likewise, all you have is rubber tubing, that's fine. It's a great resistance tool. You still want to do it standing so we can work on all these stabilizers and become solid underneath it. And you'll need to find where to step on it. Now, when you get it behind me, it can rub the heck out of your arm. So you don't want it to do that. So make sure you don't have it at a funny angle. Again, vertical form. I'm stepping on it down here. I'll actually move a little bit. So there's tension at the bottom. Then I tense, press up, pull it down, pull it down. Might be a little too easy. You can always step out. Conservative, okay? A few easy reps isn't going to kill you. One that's way too hard very well might. So be conservative, find what's easy, move into something more challenging. I've stepped out, it's a little more tense. Pull it down. Pull it down. All right? So again, no matter what tool, the same principles apply. You're tight what's not moving, or where you're not moving, and where you are moving, you focus on pushing through and grinding. All right? That was the overhead press. Thanks for joining me.